Denying the Antecedent by Alicia Hill. Denying the antecedent is the name of an invalid conditional argument form. You're denying the antecedent and trying to infer the denial of the consequences. The antecedent is what comes after the if. The consequent is what comes after the then. In symbolic form, if P, then Q. So not P, therefore not Q. An example of this fallacy in the workplace is if the nurse is on time for his shift, the medications will be administered on time. The nurse was late for his shift, therefore the medications were not administered on time. Arguments using denying the antecedent is considered invalid, and that is because it is possible to have true premises but a false conclusion. In the previous example, it is possible that the medications were late, but it may not be because the nurse was late. Putting this argument into symbolic form would be medication will be administered on time. We're going to label as M. Nurse is on time. We're going to label as N. The nurse was not on time. We will label as not N. And therefore the medication was not administered on time would be not M. So you have N, if N, then M. The second premise is not M, therefore not M. To me, the simplest way to understand denying the antecedent is false is because you can have other reasons as to why your argument was not true. In the previous example above, when it's saying that if the nurse is late, the medication will be late, therefore the nurse was late, therefore the medication was late, there are several reasons as to why the medications could have been late, not necessarily because the nurse was late. The nurse could have been on time and your medications could have still been late. Because of that, that makes denying the antecedent false. This is just an example of a truth table for the previous example. This is showing how the fallacy is false or invalid. Hopefully this slide will help anyone that is still needing further explanation of denying the antecedent. This is a slide that would help you for further understanding. It's not talking about the previous example, but it does give other examples that may help you further.